Basically, the aim of today is to share updates since the last time we met. If you remember, it was in this room, Design Jam 2. And then we're going to look at the models that have started coming out and test it against our principle. So we're going to make sure we're looking at how we work together. If you remember, the very first thing we said we'd do is how we work together to make sure the model or mechanism is involving as many local people as possible and seeing where we could go further. So that's what we're going to try and test today around the work that you've been doing. And then we're going to create some new ideas to try and, if there's anything that we can tweak or enhance the models that we've got in place. So not to create something new today, but to actually enhance all the work you've already done.
Rightfully, I think you've been asking your coaches, you've been asking us, like, we're working in 3 separate groups, we need to put it all together to see how this works from the start to the end. So that's what today is really about, is putting all of your work together and then looking at it as a whole and going, is this as ambitious as we could be? Where can we go further? And working together with each other to think that through and to come up with some final decisions around the model. So we're getting to a really exciting thing.
Again, it's all learning, and that's all positive, isn't it? But we're proud and pleased that we have got some good insight to what the community want.
Came to light that actually part of our role is to review the project from the relevant teams as we're going along. So we've got the perspectives of the challenges that each group's faced, like a living story as well, so that at the end we can go, well actually, this is something that none of us have ever done in this context before. What were the challenges for you and how did that look like in practice?
We've had some great discussions in our groups, and sometimes it's been a bit backwards and forwards, and sometimes you have to go a bit further backwards to go forwards, don't you?
The model that's in front of you, what score would you give it together out of 10? So have a think about what being inclusive means. How inclusive have we been with people that we're working with? And then we want to think about things that are strong. So what's made you give it that score? So what's working well? And then things that actually, we'd get it to a 10 if we did this.
Four examples around the room of different kinds of approaches for sort of giving out funding to the community with different kind of levels of involvement, slightly different amounts of money, slightly different processes. They will tell you, the person who's with you will tell you a bit about that model, and then somebody in your group is asked please to put in the shopping bag any aspects of that model, that idea that you like. Yeah, that you want to kind of steal and take and add into what we've already got for our work.
So, thanks for still being involved from Design Jam 1 all the way through to Design Jam 3. And I think when we had Design Jam 1 and we asked people, would you like to continue to be involved? And you all stepped forward and we're very grateful. We talked about your involvement till the kind of end of September, okay? And I think what you've all achieved together, what we've achieved together, from March to now is absolutely phenomenal, and I think the level of involvement and time you've given and thinking and really testing different ideas, different approaches, working together differently around some of this, it's been brilliant. Lots of learning for us all, but really, really helpful. So we're now moving into kind of the next phase of this. So we've been in the design and prototype phase, we're now into implementation phase. There are other opportunities into next year that we would like people to be involved in. And actually, because you've been involved in all this process, and those who want to continue into the design team, all your learning, all those skills, having done it once, will be really important in, as we roll this out in Oldham, supporting, coaching, mentoring other residents, other community leaders in other areas of Oldham to go on not exactly the same journey, but a similar kind of co-design journey.